Hi, I'm Taylor Dayne, and I will be performing at Project Peace on Earth. Peace for me definitely starts within. So on the days where I'm very mindful and conscious of being peaceful are the days that I'm usually giving myself something, whether it's starting with prayer, something meditative. I started with TM maybe about 30 years ago. I learned the practice of TM, and for a good 15, 20 years I practiced it daily, ritually. And that's shifted. I've learned other theologies and Judaism and Kabbalah, many different religions, and just ideas that lend itself to being more of a peaceful person or having the mindfulness of peacefulness. Just being in nature alone, for me, oftentimes is the cure. It helps and aids me in really having my moment, my attunement with a greater energy force on Earth. A peaceful world is a world that we're very conscious of one another in a loving way. And loving means in a tolerant way. And I gotta check myself with that every day. So peace starts at home. Always does, always has. I believe music is the catalyst of peace and world peace, and it is more than a catalyst, it's the common language. In which you can take one song and travel it throughout the world, different lyrics, content, but the same message will come through. The vibrations of music is healing. It is the core of man, the best part. The first time I heard anything was on a transistor radio. It was a gift from my dad. It was this little Sony black box, and I turned it on, and I grew up in New York, and this song came on, and it is My Sharia Moore from Stevie Wonder. And I don't care who you are, but that made me stop and think and feel something that I've never felt before. And then I demanded my parents give me music. And I think I was, 6, 7. They gave me the Stones, the Beatles, and they gave me Crosby, Stills and Nash. These were the first records I ever owned. And then I made allowance, and then I could get 45s. And in that time, 45s were, it was the Carpenters, it was maybe the Foundations, Build Me a Buttercup, and it could have been the Isley Brothers, the Temptations. Pop music was very diverse, and but the soul of it was just, it became the language that allowed me to survive. It became a survival technique for me because I started mimicking the voices that I heard on the radio. And I thought and knew I was good at it. I think music's very funny because you can have your truth, but what it does, as in any art form, is that your tool, your expression has to rest on an audience. And without the audience to interpret it and take in your art form, you're just an artist in a closet. So for me, I'm desperate for the audience, because the audience allows to take whatever I have that's inside of me as product and give it to the world, and therefore they let you know how it impacts them. And they have for 20 years now. And even before that, when I was a child, when I had my first solo when I was 6 years old, there was something that was alive inside of me that I needed to get out, and that was my expression, that was my voice, and therefore it had an impact on the audience. Now I can sit here and tell you, they say it's heartful, it's passionate, my voice is very big, large, it has a real impact, they feel the guts of the matter, the heart of the matter. Those are the words they tell me back. I just know it's an ache, it's a need, it's a desire that's stronger than anything I've ever felt that I have to do. The new president represents the dream of being an American, the possibility and the truth of what it is to be an American, which is that we are willing to take chances and risk who we are to have a choice. And I feel that on the day of his inauguration, all you saw was music. You had performers, you had artists, you had people that were there for one common good and one common goal and one celebration. And what took us there was the music. When I heard of Project Peace on Earth, there's a lot of people that say a lot of things, but the man like Steve that's been living this dream for 20 years to have his dream at the threshold of happening, you kind of want to get on board. I'm Taylor Dayne, and I stand here for peace. peace has begun. Let there be peace on earth.